Wake up, late.
Come on, it's secret time.
It's time for early.
It seemed kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime boss, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks.
don't
I'm
think
bringing
so.
2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning and happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show, lots to get to. We have the eyes of fall camp with us. Steve Sipple from yesterday, watching practice, getting the audio from Matt
The
Rule.
visionary
Fall camp.
The
visionary.
eyes of fall camp. They sit right there. He's got glasses on. He can see well today. Got the readers on. Can see.
Very interesting.
We will discuss today a ridiculous thing in the NFL regarding a coach being maybe too intense.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
story.
Sip was texting me. Bill informed us, but Sip
That's
was reading and said this story in the NFL is ridiculous. So we'll get to that at 7 a.m. with the Washington Commanders. Eric Bieniemy will follow that up at 7 o'clock.
Really interesting story on about levels at the enemy story.
The head coach is the number 1 level.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the top level where you just go, that's a.
Okay, we'll talk about
Yeah.
that later.
We will get to that later.
What does Sankey say?
Hey, real quick. Rain. What did we get for rain? There was moisture last night in the Lincoln area. When I came out this morning, there was dew on the grass and there was still some moisture on the concrete when I was walking Sugar this morning.
Oh, sure.
And so that Sugar's made an uptick.
Uptick's good.
Uptick.
She's back.
She's back. Yeah, she's doing very. She slept well last night.
That's good.
You feel just like a parent, don't you?
Yep.
The baby. You feel so happy.
Oh, God.
There's 2 things that come up. You talk about a lot, and then also we discuss daily her poop.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh, she pooped. Yeah, she pooped. Yeah,
Good.
awesome.
Have
Good.
to.
You're excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to get home and tell people.
Yeah. And if it's a good one, you're really excited.
Right.
Oh yeah, good.
See, now you get it.
Yeah.
Now, you were a little, I wouldn't say critical. You gave me that look. You sometimes give me a look like, okay, that's enough.
I don't think
You
I ever
get
gave
it
you a
now.
look on it. That's not true.
on the poop.
None
I
of them.
think you did.
I get it. I understand that.
Yeah,
It's
now
like-
you really understand.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Oh, it
It's
is.
a big deal. You're just like
I can be having, like Monday, I was having a bad day,
Right.
walked.
no way.
Couldn't
You
tell.
were? We couldn't tell. That's unreal. Were you off?
42 minutes, apparently.
Of quiet airtime. 400 messages on Twitter.
No.
People
But anyway,
concerned.
I walked Bullet. We took a good one, and every like the clouds lifted.
Exactly. It's what it feels like.
Yeah,
It is. It's just like it's the first thing I say when I come back in. Not gonna believe what happened. Great poop.
You know what you're gonna do pretty soon?
But
You're gonna be walking him in public with neighbors around and saying, "Good job,
oh no,
nice,
Also, this when she gets done, the first thing you say, "Good girl, Sugar. Good girl.
good job,
Good girl.
you are the man."
See, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, we're pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
How about Greg Sankey, by the way?
What did he say? Is this part of chit
Tweet?
chat? Hang on a second. Let's get this
Yeah.
part of chit
You
chat.
guys will be proud.
Their sports takes are great,
Generally speaking,
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
You just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Anytime a commissioner is talking nowadays, I assume it's about conference realignment in some capacity, or maybe some longing. What did you hear from?
Take a swipe.
took a swipe at the Big Ten.
What did Greg Sankey say, the SEC commissioner, yesterday? So
I always say it, the SEC's where it's at. I like the SEC. Now, I don't know if people in Big Ten country want to hear that, but Jake knows. Jake, wouldn't you say I've always been SEC oriented?
you have been, yeah. You like Bama, Roll Tide, a lot of
Roll
Roll Tide, a lot of
like
Roll Tide in this
I'll do a
studio.
lot of Roll Tide this year. Get ready for that.
He's a Nick Saban.
Jimba,
Jim.
Yeah, that's Jim. Yeah, love Jim.
I'm a big Nick Saban fan. I enjoy it.
Greg Sankey.
Yeah.
We don't need to be in 4 time zones to generate interest on the West Coast.
That's a shot.
How about that? Greg Sankey. Hello. Shots fired.
How about that? I love it.
He also expressed some sadness about the traditions going away of the Pac-12 and some rivalries there.
Yeah. There's no one.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah,
that
there's
from Greg
no one
Sankey.
that's not. This is awesome. Everyone is taking it. It's a classic of I get it, but it sucks. That's the standard line. I get it.
I definitely get
I
it.
definitely understand why this happened, but it sucks. There's no doubt about it.
Definitely get it.
because you'd like to have, especially this year, the Pac-12 is loaded.
No.
May not have a playoff team because they just beat each other up.
Yeah.
It really.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would say this, the
Yeah.
Pac-12 this year, easily in the 12 team would have 2 this year, maybe 3, because they'll all be 2 or 3 losses. They would have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Instead, they may not get 1 because they're going to beat the crap out of themselves.
Well, I went to the preseason poll yesterday. USC 6th, Washington was 11th, Oregon 15th. So you have options right there.
Whip that off the top of your head.
Utah, I think, was 16th or 17th.
Yeah, think about that. The champion in the last 2 years is 16th.
That was impressive.
There's no one that, I mean, the quarterback at Arizona, really good. Quarterbacks at Oregon State, we're not sure, but he's played a lot of football. We went through that in great detail. Our first conference we talked about was the Pac-12
before it dissipated.
Thank God we got that in.
Thank God we got through that.
I would love to do the Pac-12 just for just sake. We're just staying at 4 teams. And we're going to play together 4 times. Well, let's get to
they get a playoff team somehow.
In the playoffs. It's like, one of us 4, we're going. Cal, buckle up.
Yep.
Get in there.
Round robin.
Minor correction. I guess he didn't tweet. He said it on the Greg Sankey said it on the Paul Feinbaum show. He said we have this. Jake, help me with the word contiguous group. We have to learn how to say that because we're going to be talking about it a lot. The SEC makes sense regionally, right? Geographically, it all makes sense. It's all right there.
There's no 6-hour flights in the SEC like there are in the Big 12.
You just completely dissect the country into 4 quadrants, and the SEC is in 1 quadrant.
Yeah,
that's the best way.
And it's in the good quadrant.
Yeah.
It's in the good player quadrant. It's in the big lineman quadrant.
Yes.
Dudes down there.
Yeah. They're very good. I would also add that I'm sure that he has all the comments to say, and because the championship says everything, but the finances will still concern them if the Big Ten gets very, very big, because when it gets down to revenue sharing and different things that might come out of this, that's a big difference. There is more money in this case is generally always better.
Jake will like this too. Sankey on 3. I don't know what he's doing. A bunch of interviews. Sankey on 3 commented on Kevin Warren. He said, I had a warm relationship with him. We just saw the world differently. Sankey, a new Big Ten commissioner, Tony Petitti. Tony and I had the chance to sit down since I was in his backyard. He's so he has a better relationship with Petitti.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Kevin Warren wasn't exactly the most open person that we've seen as the Big Ten commissioner. I'm not saying you have to be open as a commissioner. You have a very important job, but
he once did this thing where a publicist reached out to some media members and said, Kevin Warren would like some time with you on the phone, and he'll call you at some point, and we'll arrange a time. And it was just incredibly awkward. He called, and you could tell he was getting ready for some kind of function. He was like putting his tie. I think he was putting his tie on. At least that's what I imagined. He was like getting dressed in his room. And he was just supposed to small talk. You weren't really supposed to write anything. It was just small talk. It was ridiculous. It was just I guess, to get to know you session. Stuff like weird to me. Okay, he's going to call you. Just talk to him, and you don't write anything. Just have some small talk.
Off the record. Just have a good talk.
It's incredibly
have a good conversation.
Yeah, it's incredibly.
Nothing worried about this at all. Just be a friend. Just be a friend
on the phone.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Anything else for idle chit chat at all, Bill?
Anything from the text line on the amount of rain we got? I'm very concerned about this. The drought being over, since I declared the drought
someone
over.
Someone says 0.21 inches.
Ooh, so not a lot. There's a lot of lightning though.
That's still pretty nice.
That's not bad.
I will say this.
Oh,
we're looking at 3 weeks. I've had my sprinklers off for 3 weeks.
You haven't used them at
all
in August.
At all
of all the months.
At all. They've been off since late July. We have not, since we had like the couple of those monster rains. I turned them off just to have them off for a few days. I was just what it was. I'm not smart enough how to adjust my sprinkler system, so I just turn them off.
It's either on or it's off.
No adjustment. Yes. So we had to do some adjusting on that. So now I'm like, I've never turned them back on again. Haven't had to. I'm not sure if we'll have to the rest of the year.
It's a very odd pattern in August. And as you have said, the coaches probably would like it to be a little hotter.
I would think so. Yeah, you'd like to have a little bit more weather with it. That's for sure. Although first game night game at Minnesota, that's not going to be a brutal game. It just won't be.
Probably
that will not
does it
be.
get super hot up there?
No, but also at 7 p.m. the sun will be pretty much almost down.
Yeah,
Wouldn't,
so
won't be terrible up there.
With no sun.
Sundown, yes. Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh,
I said, Sip,
incredible.
I was on the
song.
way this morning and I was playing the radio. I sent a picture to Sip. He said, "Oh my God," that was the response.
First,
OMG.
So I don't get Gordon Lightfoot information.
Well, but
that's interesting.
No. Here's the deal, Bill. Is that
and then he said it out loud.
No,
he said it
I said it out loud because
that's very awkward.
Because
the whole
Sip
thing.
has
I think I've communicated well with you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sipple. I'm gonna go Monday Sipple on you.
No,
watch me. I'll do it. I'll go Monday Sipple on you.
Nobody wants Monday Sipple.
I'll stare at my phone the whole.
I wasn't staring at my phone.
Okay, that's Idle Chit Chat. Sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care, our sponsor of Idle Chit Chat. All right, Sip, you were the eyes of this group of practice yesterday. 15, 20 minutes you saw? More than that?
Yeah, let's be clear on something, though. You guys pay attention.
We were not there, though. You guys weren't there to watch.
Yeah, we weren't there.
We did read.
You could see
what you wrote.
120 players, and you could have seen all of them. So that's kind of exciting.
Okay, I mean, as far as what I saw with my eyes, get to the nitty gritty here.
Okay,
I'll get to my eyes as we go. I mean, let's start with that. Let's just get the bad news out of the way. Maverick Noonan had a season-ending knee injury. Maverick Noonan is from Elkhorn South. Now, he's been practicing with the Jack linebackers, veteran guys. I call them veterans. They're s'mores, but they seem like they're old. You know how it is in this college football era. If you're a sophomore, you're usually fourth-year guy now. Yeah. MJ Sherman is at that position. Chief Borders is at Amari Butler's at that position. All dudes. Noonan was having a good camp. Rule made it a point to say it was not an ACL. It was a freak thing, and they didn't go into it. The minor concern, well, one thing people noticed, there was a couple of guys conspicuous by their absence. Xavier Betts, conspicuous by absence. Malachi Cullen, conspicuous by absence.
So you didn't see him at all?
No, they weren't there.
They were not.
They weren't there.
They were eyes of folk didn't see these players.
Now, they weren't even what they do now is they put gold jerseys on injured players, and there's some injured guys like riding up, Bill riding a bike on the sideline. Jake's been there too, riding a bike on the sideline, just doing kind of non-football stuff. They weren't among them either. Now, Rule said it was nothing. He said they'll be back soon.
Gotcha. Good.
So Betts is definitely an injury. I don't know exactly what Coleman's situation is. It might be an injury. He didn't address it. But the bottom line is two of the team's fast receivers, in fact, Jeff Sims, the quarterback, identified them as such that they might be the two fastest, Coleman and. So I always look at that as like football fast. Those guys are the fastest in pads, which that's all that matters to me.
Marcus Washington update.
Yeah, he had some kind of wrist hand deal, and then he landed bad, and he hurt. I don't know what he hurt, but he had a crutch. He was like a single crutch. I think it was a single crutch. I just saw one. There might have been two, but I guess he's all right too. Rule said he'll be back by Saturday. In fact, he said when we found out he was going to be healthy, it was a really big thing for us. So they're cognizant of that. Donovan Raiola characterized, Jake mentioned Teddy Prohaska. You're very interested in Teddy Prohaska.
You want to hear from Donovan on that one real quick? On Teddy Prohaska?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's Donovan Raiola from yesterday on Teddy Prohaska.
He's working hard at it. He's working hard to get back. He's a great teammate. He's locked in. And, just one of those things, like a little bump in the road,
A little bump in the road.
Bump in the road, says Donovan Raiola.
That doesn't sound serious.
Does not.
A little bump in the road. And I've heard that it's not that bad.
A bump in the road.
Yeah, it's a bump in the road. Rule, good news for Chubba Purdy yesterday when the head coach identifies you as playing well. Chubba Purdy
John Wooden used to say, "Be quick, but don't hurry." And sometimes when Chuba would play in the spring, he was like really quick and fast and jumpy and trying to be perfect every play. A lot of times quarterbacks, every play they're trying to show how good they are instead of just playing the play. And to me, Chuba's just like slowed down. His feet aren't antsy. He's not kind of running around. He's not trying to do too much. He's taking what they give you, and I just like the way he leads his group. They follow him. So he has all the physical tools, but just kind of letting it all settle down and come together. It's not easy, especially when you're not behind the first offensive line. But Chuba's excelled.
Chuba, I'm glad he said that. Now, I don't know how much you saw because you're coaching the other side of the ball. I'm glad he said it because when I think about Chuba last year, the first thing I think about is he looked uncomfortable. Did he ever look comfortable to you, Jay?
Not in a football game. No,
he didn't.
Not when he's on. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I agree.
When he went into the game, he never looked comfortable.
Just never seemed comfortable.
You see guys that just look
absolutely.
Like
I know exactly.
They're in total command, right?
Sometimes the game just slows down for them.
Right.
It just gets at that for youth. Malcolm was that. Hartsock was that. It was just he's fine.
Really?
Just go play. Yeah,
really?
Nothing phased him.
Just a gamer.
Just didn't. There's never a time when the moment was too big or anything going on. There wasn't all these things happening to him. So there's certain players are like that.
God, he must be a dude.
And so he is. He's a really good player and a great person. So I'm excited for Chuba to have that. Was Chuba getting some reps with the two then, Steve Sipple?
Apparently.
Okay.
Now when we watch, they're not in that mode.
Yeah.
They're doing the just individual. What do you call those individual?
That's what basically it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have had some special team stuff in the first part. I don't know if they do.
There were some special team.
Yeah.
There were some special teams things. Hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Did you see some kicking going on? Little kicker battle.
It was more about the return.
Kickers, returners.
Hold on, I got
blocking, tackling.
Hold on, I'm just going to the internet. Let's see.
But a lot of times those periods, sometimes you get a 10-minute period in that little window that you were at.
Yes, the punt returners were no surprise. I mean, Billy Kemp is going to be their punt returner, but also fielding punts were Isaiah Garcia Castaneda and Alex Bullock.
I love Alex. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Bullock is legit. It's a name we don't talk about enough, but Rule mentions him as like just a guy he considers a dude that's going to play. Alex Bullock, Creighton Prep. John Bullock's brother.
Yeah, really good player. Really good player. He played some last year. He's on some special teams last year. We felt really, really comfortable with him. Great young man, really doing good.
Kickoff returners yesterday were Garcia Castaneda, Emmett Johnson, Ethan Nation, and Kemp. I don't know who would shake out of that. I thought Anthony. Now I think I even maybe said on some airwaves that Anthony Grant was back there, but he wasn't back there yesterday. So that surprised me a little bit.
In the scheme of special teams, the off returner is so important.
Why do you say that?
The off returner, because he is the one. He's basically a off guard, is what he is. And he is there. His number one job is to get the guy started, and he's going to have to he'll have a critical block. He also has to fix things if something is not correct. So the off returner, which means someone's lost someone.
Okay.
And so he has to be the one to make sure it's really hard up front to go. So you have 9 guys blocking up front, and you have off returner. To go 9 for 9 is almost impossible. To go 9 for
really?
9. Yeah, it's almost impossible. One of the 2 hardest things to play on special teams is to play the corner or the jammer versus the gunner on punt, one-on-one. Just to stop the guy from running down and tackling the guy. That's so hard. The next hardest thing, if it's not the hardest, front line on kickoff return, period. Front line on kickoff return. You got guys running full speed, very athletic, making moves on you. They'll go speed to power for physical play. All those things going on. The backside, if you're in a double team mode or single, that's not as hard. Covering people up as a big tight end in the fullback position, not as hard. Front line, brutal. Just brutal.
So you got to put dudes up there.
Yeah, dudes have to be up there.
Dudes have to be up there. Speaking of dudes, now I don't know. I get interested in stuff like this. Rule identified his temperature regulators, guys who regulate the temperature of the team. You can size up that comment in a variety of ways, but to me, it means a lot. And it was interesting to me that he named some guys. Now, these are guys that clearly have taken a leadership role, right?
Absolutely. If that's how they're named in the meeting, yes.
Yeah. They're not. He didn't name them as captains or anything like that. He named these guys as guys who regulate the temperature of the team. And man, Isaac Gifford is clearly. Do you have the sound?
I don't. I was looking for it. He's been a big name at camp, though.
Yeah,
Isaac Gifford.
He has been
a week and a half. A lot of Isaac Gifford talk.
He said, "I've got Isaac Gifford now locked in as a temperature regulator, as a leader." Gifford has taken control of the secondary. Okay, he says, "I've got Ty Robinson." He says, Rule said this, "When I say I mean I don't have to do anything because they're doing it." And I think he's talking about a lot of leadership. Then he said, "I've got Tommy Hill. I've got Quentin Newsom." Now, what you're noticing is all those guys are on defense. But he'd only mentioned one on offense, and that was Jeff Sims. I don't read anything into it. He was just throwing out names. But it was interesting to hear the temperature regulators. I bet if someone would have asked him, who are there more guys on offense, he would have whipped off a few, I think. I mean, you never know. Maybe that side of the ball needs some more guys. But hearing those guys, hearing Isaac Gifford's name every day now is meaningful to me. I'm happy for him because he's a dude. He's a tough kid.
Yeah, like I said, last year he played multiple positions and did a great job. Had to move him around in some different spots, so he was able to do things. And like I said, just he's a great young man. And like I said, had a great year last year, and I expect him to be. I would surely expect him to have a great year this year.
Phelan Sanford, I didn't write anything from him, but he was tremendous in his interviews, and he's playing all the special teams. Did he play all the special teams?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why does he play all of them?
He has a unique ability. First of all, if you just took the weight room side of it, just how fast does he run?
Yeah.
Jump, all those different metrics. I'm sure he's in the top 5. And I mean, he has incredible explosiveness. He's very talented. He was a great track athlete in high school. So extremely, extremely talented young man. And then also like that, he's all business. Everything is just, he's locked into everything. He's just so coachable. He's always around office, all those things. So he started on every team last year.
He's a serious dude too. And I really took a liking to him yesterday because he said he hates technology. And I said, "Why? Why do you hate it?" He goes, "Because I'm no good at it."
He says he's been up 45 minutes of all fall camp so far. Like 45 minutes, that's it.
Think about it.
He said he's not a phone guy.
He said 45 minutes of screen time.
That's it. Week and a half. Incredible.
He's like a great young man. He has his priorities set.
Yeah, and and listen, he's in the thick of everything. I mean, he's playing all the special teams. And as far as the safety discussion, he could be a starter. He's not going to be he'll probably be either a starter or a second unit guy. So yeah, he's and those guys are impressive to me that have had to make the transition. There's new guys that came in with the staff. It's not easy, but these guys, and Gifford said it was a transition. It was hard. Gifford said it was difficult because you're used to doing things a certain way, and now you got to do them a whole different way. These transitions aren't easy. It's like when you get a new boss. God, you
tread lightly.
Who'd you go watch?
Right away.
I want live.
Bill wants 15 minutes of practice.
I want
see?
live eyes.
We know what you didn't see, but what did you see?
I watched the running backs, and then I watched the quarterbacks. That's what I like to watch.
What did you ask him to watch, Bill?
I said, please go to the big people. That's always
the line.
I watched.
What did DiNardo teach you? Where's he go? Where's he?
I didn't watch. I gotta confess, I didn't watch the D line at all. It was like they weren't there to me.
I just like hearing reports on them because I know that's the most important part of your team. That's what I like to hear about them.
I watched the O line a little, but from a distance, because here's why: we had another person, Robin Washit, that was watching the O line, so it doesn't make sense for me to watch if he's going to write jot down little observations. So I just kind of go where there's nobody. Plus, I like watching the running backs. I like watching the quarterbacks too. I just like watching them throw. They were doing a basic. Okay, we always say, are they going to be under center? Yeah, they are. I mean, they're doing a drill where the quarterback's under center and they're pitching and handing off. So I don't think they do that drill if they didn't plan to be under center a little bit at least, and it probably means a lot. That looked good. I mean, here's the thing: Gabe Ervin looks good. He does. Gabe Ervin look like if you're coming in from Des Moines and you're watching Nebraska's practice, you say, "Oh yeah, they got good looking." It's a pretty good looking team. The running backs are really good looking. 20 big, strong dude. Now he's put on 12, 13 pounds. The question is, can he still run? Does he still have a?
Did he look fluid to you?
Pretty fluid, yeah. He just looks. I mean, he looks like a Nebraska running back should look.
Gotcha.
Pretty much all do. It's a good looking bunch. I just wonder, like a pick to click type thing would be Ramir. Ramir looks really good.
He's always a name mentioned in fall camp every year.
I just think he's got some size to him because he's a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a kid. When he came in as a kid, he's a little guy. And I'll never forget against Maryland when we were out there and I got reprimanded for having an umbrella.
He did
really reprimanded. But anyway, Ramirez just getting thrown around in that game. They put him in because Nebraska's way up. Remember, Nebraska
won 54-7 that game.
Yeah, so Ramirez got some time, and I just remember thinking he's going to get killed. He may not come out of this alive. They're asking him to run inside. He did it, but man, he was getting flung around by those big linemen. I don't think he'll get flung around anymore.
He's one of the more impressive young men on that team. Oh, absolutely. He would be the one that would talk to me immediately after a drill, and he'd be like, if it was a kickoff return drill, I put him on the front line. He was on the front line, and he would tell me, he'd be like, Coach, what do you see the film? I went 4 for 4, which means all 4 of his reps. He won his rep.
That's a dude.
In the full. So
that's what you want,
and that's what he was excited to talk about.
God,
it wasn't
makes me
like
happy.
It wasn't like he's not a palms up guy. Why am I doing this? What that? It was just no. Across all those guys are. Gabe was like that. All that whole group is like that. But I really, really enjoyed Ramir.
It's a good group of running backs. You can tell I like them. So they're dudes. They're tough dudes. They're good dudes.
We have a take from the text line 402-464-5685.
Is it wet blanket?
It feels like it, but it's Doc, D-O-C-K Doc.
He's kind of like
this might as well be wet blanket.
Okay,
because he says this. I'm still sticking with 4 and 8 at best this season. Nothing I'm hearing so far from camp makes me think otherwise. If we don't care about the quarterbacks and the running backs because we all learned the last few years, it doesn't matter who you have if the offensive line cannot block.
It's true.
Well, he's
not
wrong.
wrong.
Classic examples my daughters always say. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong all the time. We'll say something like that. Something's a little out there.
It's a young people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not wrong.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like, I know. I get it. But so he's not wrong.
He follows up saying the running backs look good right now because they're not running behind anybody.
Right. I mean, they look good in a drill.
Who would have thought
they're running against nobody. They're just taking a pitch and going upfield. So yeah, he's right. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some. He's not wrong.
No,
he's not wrong.
Now, oh God, why don't we talking about what Rule said about Raiola? Hold on.
I can tell you right now.
You got it?
Yeah. Here's Matt Rule
on Donovan Raiola.
Yep. Here we go. Right here, Matt Rule post practice.
Yeah, Donovan's a lion. He's the standard is the standard for him. He has his players back to the nth degree, but he holds them to it. There's a lot of coaches who I think most of our young people these days are dying from the disease of low expectations. Like we make excuses for young people. Young people will rise and meet expectations if you hold them to that. And no one on our staff does it better than Donnie. He has these expectations from the way they report to practice to the way they practice. So he's kind of the O-line coach I've been waiting for. I love working with him.
Rule had a couple of these kids nowadays quotes yesterday that were interesting to me. Most of the young people these days are dying from the disease of low expectation. Hello. Then we'll get to Donovan in a second. He also said when he was talking about Chubba, they challenged him last spring, the coaches. They challenged him. And he's done nothing but respond according to Rule. It's a credit to him and his family, Rule said. A lot of kids nowadays, he said, run and hide. And Chubba's taking everything head on. He had a couple of
critical of today's youth.
These kids nowadays, yeah.
Turning into an old man over there. Matt Rule, getting old.
But how about the Donovan?
In front of us.
He said he's the kind of O-line coach I've been waiting for.
Called him a lion off the bat.
Yeah.
He's a lion.
He's the kind of O-line coach I've been waiting for.
Well, it's a great comment for Husker fans, obviously, because if you're a head coach, obviously is very excited about his offensive line coach. That's a great thing. And obviously the details that he wants to see done are being done. And obviously with him, I've seen him off. He does exactly what coach is talking about as far as how they practice, what they do, how they show up to meetings. All those little things matter. And he does a really good job of every little detail, which it's kind of one of those things where Coach Rule's probably, I think he kind of alluded to it a little bit, that sometimes it's not like that all the time. It's not like that all the time. So some coaches, he mentioned in there like that. So he's basically saying, like, I've been around some that don't do that, which is very odd because most staffs I've been on have been, batting in the 90 percentile with coaches that handle that's your one job is to get your unit.
Well, in the O-line, it's really important because they operate as a unit. I mean, they are the quintessential unit. And that's the way Donovan treats it. They do everything together and they dress alike. They go to the weight room as one. All the linemen show up at once. He's demanded that. He also said something. Now, I don't expect you to know this, so I'm not putting this on yet. And I sure the hell don't know it. But I asked him why year 2 is so important, because now he's got these guys for a second year. They're used to his ways. And he said, we block differently than anybody. We teach it differently. Now, I don't know what that means. I have no idea. But he said we do it different than other places.
Little slight tweaks and technique and different things that go on in that part of it, but there's obviously there's a lot of similarity team to team, but everyone has their own uniqueness. I'm sure that's what Coach Rail was talking
Doc.
about.
D-O-C-K, Doc.
D-O-C-K.
Doc, I don't know that they're going to be bad up front. I don't know if they're going to be good, but they might be.
Is there such a thing as dry blanket?
You can find one.
Wet blanket?
I have a dry blanket.
I'd like to hear a dry blanket out there.
Oh, let's dry blanket. If you want to make use of the text time, we'll
dry blanket probably keeps it pretty much down the middle.
Down the middle. No hot takes, just all proper
now
takes.
Jake takes his 5-iron out.
Hey, that thing gets a wide iron.
Okay.
Down the middle, 7.
Yeah.
Sean Callahan is next with us on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with me, Jake Sorensen and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Truck guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space. Day by Day is the new documentary about Tom Osborne and the Nebraska Cornhuskers' decades-long pursuit of a national championship. Featuring interviews with former players and coaches, as well as famous fans like Peyton and Archie Manning, Larry the Cable Guy, and numerous NCAA and NFL legends, Day by Day is the riveting, untold story of one of the most dominant, celebrated, and controversial football teams ever. Opening in theaters on August 11th, visit daybydaymovie.com for details.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. So excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also, leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HandHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
If you struggle with it, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 15 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience was easy. I felt confident with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Sutter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sutter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure. Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are a week and a half into fall camp. We're joined now by Husker Online Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. We asked Sip in the first segment to be the eyes of fall camp and what he saw, and he looked at the running backs and the defensive backs yesterday. I'm curious, Sean, what caught your attention yesterday at practice?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if one big thing jumped over another. I mean, it's always good to eyeball the teams to get a feel for the players, the coaches, where they're at in camp. And this is kind of that point in camp where you hit the wall. And, you know, Matt Rule hinted at that yesterday that, hey, you know, today we're going to practice at night, today being Wednesday, just to give the players a little bit extra recovery time, a little extra rest throughout the course of the day. But, you know, Jeff Sims, every time you look at that guy, you see his build and his frame, I'm intrigued. I'm so intrigued for that opener to see what he's going to look like in that role for Nebraska. Just because we've heard a lot about him. We've seen him, obviously, since he's been here. And, you know, we're getting closer to get a chance to see what it really means when he steps on the field against Minnesota.
Sean Callahan joins us. Sean from Husker Online. Sean, we're 8 days into camp. Okay, 8 practices in. It's now injuries become somewhat of a factor. There's some guys dinged up. They lose Maverick Noonan for the year. Maverick is a jack linebacker, was playing well. Is there anything else on the injury front that you would say really has your attention?
Well, I think the receiver room is something to watch. Marcus Washington had the hand injury, gets the cast off, then comes down funny on his leg, is on crutches. That's one. Xavier Betts and his practicing, you know, how long will he be out of practice? And that's 2 of your top, in my opinion, 4 receivers right there. So, you know, that's a question I think moving forward. Then obviously Teddy Prohaska at left tackle, knowing the injury history there with the knee injury at Oklahoma in 2021, and then the shoulder injury, and then it began already, but not major. But still, that has to get your attention, knowing that Teddy's got a long history the last couple of years of different injuries.
Hey, Sean, I think if I'm not mistaken, and I wrote a lot yesterday, I didn't get through everything, but Rule mentioned Jalen Lloyd and Jaden Doss as 2 guys as 2 true freshman receivers that have played well. Does that much with you, or is it expected?
Well, I just think right now there's 6 scholarship freshman receivers. They moved DeAndre Barnes back over to defensive back, by the way. There were 7 at one point.
Okay.
A lot of guys there. They're freshmen. And Doss has always been regarded, in my opinion, as one of the better ones. Lloyd is a surprise in that sense, just because he was kind of a track guy that played football and didn't necessarily have to build physically. But this was a guy they believed in right away. I mean, they offered Jalen Lloyd immediately getting that job, and they looked at his 10.4 speed and his 25-foot long jump and his 50-foot triple jump, and they're like, we can make that work here. So yeah, there's been opportunities for guys like that. Alex Bullock, the brother of John Bullock too, and I think he's somebody. When they showed that highlight of fall camp in the show, and that he was taking reps with Jeff Sims. So Alex Bullock's another name in that receiver room. I think that's been somewhat of a surprise that's emerged in camp.
Rule has been very complimentary so far of Donovan Raiola, Sean. I'm curious, you've got a fan base that's very cynical about that group in general the last couple of years, how poorly they've been, or average at best they've been. But I'm curious, do you think you'll see obvious growth and steps from those guys early on this season? That you
well, they've got veterans, and I think that's the key thing.
Right.
And Rule made a point yesterday of saying, I think, look, we just need 7 that can play at a high level. And when Prohaska is available, they do have 7. Right now, I would say they have about 5. They're getting other players ready, like Justin Evans-Jenkins, I think, is somebody that they've been happy with, and his growth, his development. Henry Latowski has played a lot. He's getting reps as a 1 because of the Nuri Noeli injury. So there's different guys like that have gotten some opportunities, but they need Ben Scott to be good. They need Bryce Benhart to take a step forward and play better. And they've shown belief in Benhart, and they've tried to get him right mentally. And then Turner Corcoran's kind of the same deal. I mean, those 2 tackles had been beat and battered the last 2 years. I mean, the metrics on them on Pro Football Focus were not pretty. And those guys need to kind of get it right mentally. And some of it's the scheme too. I mean, I think the offensive scheme last year didn't do those guys a lot of favors. They didn't have a great running game. They were in a lot of obvious third down passing situations and dropbacks, and those tackles just didn't match up well in those situations in the Big Ten. And they've got to figure out a scheme that helps that offensive line out, helps the defense out as well at the same time.
Sean, how much differently do you look at Isaac Gifford's situation now compared to at the start of camp?
I always looked at him as a guy that was probably going to start. I mean,
okay, but did you look at him? I'm going to interrupt. Did you look at it as a guy that Rule would be saying has taken charge of the secondary?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I knew the guy was a 37-inch vertical. I knew he ran well. I knew he had a great broad, and those are the kind of guys they want. He's a top flight person. I mean, Isaac has this intangible of leadership you can't coach and teach.
Right.
And that's going to jump out. And the key is the Giffords love Nebraska football. They would be here playing for the Huskers no matter who. They love this place. And those are the guys you need in your program to build things around.
Oh, I love Isaac Gifford. I love Isaac Gifford. He's a dude. He might as well be from Columbus.
Nice one. Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We will chat with you again next week.
Thanks, guys.
Husker Online, Sean Callahan on the VIP hotline, sponsored by Aloe Fiber. Good stuff there from Sean.
Yeah, it's good we can just talk football. As far as do we got one there?
Absolutely.
I was talking to Bill about this. No, if Matt Rule's going to knows. I don't profess to know. Doc, skeptical about year 1 and all that. I'm a little, I'm not going beyond 7 wins. I can't find 8, but I do know this. I like the way that Rule's going about this, or seems to be going about it. And what I'm talking about is him saying this yesterday, that you can't, this is not, come on, this is what, you know, we've been doing the show for a long time. This is what I've always said. You can't be the type of team that we want to be if we don't have great offensive and defensive line play. Add into the front 7s. So rule said if your team follows the offensive and defensive lines, you're usually pretty good. And he went so far as to say he hopes those guys become the locker room, run the locker room, the big men. That's and I think Bill would say that's usually what most good teams have, right?
Absolutely. Big bodies. Always talk about mass kicking ass, but also big bodies in the locker room. It's just when they're the ones that are in control, just because they're, like I said, culture is based off of one thing, and that is that your best players are your hardest workers. That's the two things that have to go together. If you just have, if your hardest workers are not your best players, then you don't have any culture. And so when your best players, your hardest workers, and you hope that those your best players are big people.
That's what you hope. Now, Nebraska's linemen haven't been that in a while. Now, they're look, they got some good dudes up front, but now I was talking to somebody yesterday. You don't have to go to Rich Glover and Sue and Jason P conversation. If you just said put John Perella on this team, he'd be a God's team. All right. If you put Crick, you don't have to say Sue. If you just put Jared Crick on this team, he'd be a god. And that's not good. I mean, you need
very good player, but not.
I mean, they had Crick and Sue
at the same time, right by each other.
Right, they had Perella.
He did.
Perella and Jesse, they have to get better up front. They got to go recruit. They got to get guys like John Perella, who we don't even talk when you talk about the best lineman Nebraska's ever had. Rick Perella comes up as in a sort of an ancillary way, like, oh yeah, well they had Perella too. He was good. But Perella would be. That's all we would talk about right now if they had John Perella.
Absolutely,
kind of superstar.
Yeah,
and a super person. I'm trying to identify that. John Perella, outstanding. Obviously, a personal friend of mine, but just a great person.
He's a dude. He was a god. He was a dude as a player.
I think he went 13 years. Did he go 13? 11, 13? In the NFL?
13 years.
It's a really long career. It's a key lineman.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Yeah. And every place he went, he was a dude there too.
A dude.
From Grand Island, Nebraska.
It's a long NFL career.
He's from Grand Island. That's right. Was he Grand Island High School? I think he was.
I'm not
GICC.
I'm not positive on that.
Or Northwest, I guess.
I want to think. I don't think he's high, but maybe
we'll check. And the mailbag on early break and the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their new cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and 2.
Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, Sean Callahan
here for Koppel. Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We've got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inside our KoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Get rid of sprawl with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Brad at West Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank making large organizations and businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions from an array of checking and accounts, cash and services, business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Warning, this ad will use the word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto. And we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. 35 Westo and Lincoln.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a high of around 78. Tonight, mainly clear skies, below around 62. And tomorrow, some mostly sunny skies to start with a slight chance of showers this morning in the afternoon. Otherwise, I should top out around 87. You're all this Kyle Quick for TicketFM.com.
You love the bashes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his
stumbled on it. Passion.
makes questionable 93.7
Once again, your song of the day, Hey You by Bachman Turner Overdrive, BTO, from 1975, 464.
Interesting the year.
56851 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
God, Jake.
Sip did nice with the woos in there, and he had a nice playing the guitar well. If you were watching the stream, he nailed the guitar.
What was the album? Is it Not Fragile? What was the
good job.
Yeah, was that the album?
I'll check it out
That
real
was
quick.
incredible. I think it was it Not Fragile? Something more Fragiles with it. So
See, Hey You's really good, but on their list of great songs, it's 4th or 5th.
Oh, probably. I'm surprised.
That was on 4-wheel drive. Now, not
4-wheel drive.
Not Fragile was a big album, 1973.
Not Fragile's the one you're thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
That's from 4-wheel drive,
4-wheel
1975.
I mean, Hey You's good, but Roll On Down the Highway.
Roll On Down the Highway. That's my favorite.
Taking Care of Business.
I've played these songs before.
Yeah.
So
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I played that one. Had to go to the lesser known one.
Let It
Not as
Ride
popular.
is probably my favorite. I mean, it gets overlooked. When you hear it, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I played that once and you gave it a 9.8. So you gave it a very high score for Let It Ride.
Yeah.
You got very excited that day.
You don't always think of that one. You always think of Rolling Down the Highway and Taking Care of Business.
Yeah.
Hey You's really good. I'd say I'd go 89995.
Look what I just wrote down. Look what I just wrote down.
What did you write down, Bill?
8999.
Same score.
Same score.
First time
Same
ever.
Score.
Get the same score. That's amazing.
But just Bachman Turner Overdrive. I've already let the cat out of the bag here. It's an 899. Incredible.
Give the same exact score.
Incredible.
That's scary.
And I never write the score down.
No, you don't.
I never write it down. I did this time. And all of a sudden, it matches
Short
up.
of a 9, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good, Jake. God, Jake.
Really good.
What do you think the response would be from the
Energy.
text line?
Oh, I tell you one
Mick.
thing. I'll this one.
You'll throw hands.
I'll throw hands.
Well, we have a lot of response.
You haven't said throw hands
for a while. I haven't been in the ER.
Okay, response. Notorious B.I.B. 8.56, 7.8. Jake and Hickman 7.7. Harper and Henley's dad 6.
Harper.
Is Henley new? Is Henley a new baby? We've heard Harper before.
Yeah, update us
We
on
never
Henley.
heard from Henley before. This is the first time hearing about Henley.
Okay. Well, we're happy to.
We're looking.
We're
Also
happy.
want to hear from Dry Blanket.
West Dry Blanket. Guilt Nerd 5.9993. So
Okay.
7. Mike and Dalton an 8. So high score
High
so
score.
far. A 9. Craig says yuck 1.7 with about 8,000 numbers behind that one too.
Craig, wonder why he disliked.
He said yuck. Yuck was the description.
That hurts me, Craig.
Yeah, we're gonna throw hands.
Okay, how about this? Gator says sounds like something Jake made. 6.5. I wrote that song.
Okay.
If you'd have wrote that song right now, that'd be incredible.
Except like the guitar riff. And
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah. Ooh, I played some drums.
He did, Bill did the drum.
Yeah.
Sip did the woos.
Yeah.
Rick from Wahoo gives it a 8. Another good tune. I'll give it an 8, says Rick. Crawford 9.652. Is that
Cool,
Bud?
Bud's with us.
Is that Bud? Yeah. Someone says easily one of the worst songs I have ever heard. -50.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I've heard worse songs than that. A lot worse songs. 7.5, 2.8. Someone said ricocheted that drive off a rock back into my face.
Wow.
2.8. That's quite descriptive.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
quite descriptive.
I'm just wondering what about that song turns them off so.
Oh God, this is important. I cannot confirm this, but Joe has just chimed in. This is big for you guys.
Okay.
Joe says BTO is going to Okoboji next Friday.
Whoa!
If that's true, you might need to make a road trip.
Might
to
make a trip
Okoboji.
to Arnold.
How is that true?
We'll hit Arnold's Park.
Yeah.
We'll hit the wooden roller coaster.
God, you know this.
Oh yeah, we'll go to the
Jake
fun
does.
park. Yeah.
Go to the West Hill Brewery up there. It's
Yeah.
good stuff too. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe a live remote. What if we had
Live
Bachman
remote with
Turner?
BTO
That would be incredible.
from Boji.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a
What if
buddy.
they played
Shout out
live
to
on the
Alex
show?
up there. I got a buddy Alex, and it lives in Okoboji. We could stay with Alex.
Next
He would
Friday.
gladly host us. He's a
Next
breaker.
Friday,
He's a
huh?
breaker.
Give us a report on where they're playing at, and when there's a big ballroom there, right in the middle of Arnold's Park type area. I wonder if that's where they're playing at.
Oh yeah, well, there's an outdoor.
Outdoor, that's
area.
one thing. Yeah, the
Yeah,
outdoor,
that's mass. It's got to be there. It has to be there. Has to be there. Right by the lake.
I don't
It's right
know.
on the lake.
I don't know if you can get a better setting than that. Iowa.
BTO
Iowa.
and Okoboji.
Well done, Iowa.
You can listen to Let It Ride live.
Yes. Kurt Ferenz might be there.
Parents might be there. Yeah. 8.9.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you for all the scores there.
Quarterback from Iowa State.
8 from Band. Yeah,
He's got free time.
Deckers has nothing going on.
Yeah.
He's a
Hunter
free man
Deckers,
right
yeah.
now. He's a free man.
He's putting some money.
Before the mailbag, we play quick legal ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Without further ado, let's get the mailbag up and rolling here with our NFL music on a Wednesday. Here we go. We go to the mailbag, and first up is Kelly. Kelly says this. I hadn't really noticed mosquitoes until recently this summer, and now the family has been getting a ton of bites. So it got me thinking, if you could have immunity to one of these things, which would you choose? Bug bites, sneezing, a body part falling asleep, sunburns, stubbing your toe, hitting a funny bone. Which would you be
It's not even
immune
close
to?
with me. It's bug bites.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other part, the falling asleep, the bug bite lasts way longer than that. And so I would go with the bug bite is annoying. First of all, also being immune to it makes you enjoy yourself more outside, which is funny because I have a photo of my daughter and she was in her bed and she had about 19 Band-Aids on.
Oh, gosh.
Because she had put stuff on all of her mosquito bites where she was sitting outside by the fire pit and we got all the mosquito bites.
Ooh.
And so she had that covered up for us. Yes.
That's a great question.
Okay, I might go with sunburns on that one because then you could like be tan forever. You don't have to worry about like getting fried and the pain of that and all the aloe vera on your
First of all, that's Kelly.
That's Kelly.
It's a
Great question.
very inventive
Nice
question.
question.
About that
Yes.
from Kelly.
Yeah, I'm going
Thanks.
with sneezing. You know that.
Sneezing.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael in the mailbag is here. It says Matt Rule talks about getting a lot of reps in practice. In 1993, Nebraska played their last JV game against Air Force with then grad assistants Jerry Godowski and Bill Busch coaching. For Coach Busch, how valuable were these game reps for young players before they played varsity?
Great question.
The first thing, it was great for the players because there's actual game situation. Myself and Jerry were co-head coaches and
You and Jerry were co-head.
Co-head coaches for the last game.
93.
Yeah, 93. And so the reps are valuable. Also, where it's valuable is for the coaches. So the coaching staff was all graduate assistants, student assistants. There was no full-timers that were involved. But I do remember the feeling of what it was like because Jerry was on the field. I was in the press box, so I was calling the defense from the press box.
Okay.
And who comes in but Coach Osborne, Coach Tenneper, Tony Samuel, George Darlington. They came and sat in the press box to watch the game, and they're right behind me. And I'm just like, no, it's just
old.
Oh, and
how old are you?
23, 22. Don't I could hit the George give you the
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Jake knows George.
Yeah, yeah.
I know George.
Yeah.
I can definitely hear George.
So we were playing Air Force.
That one through.
So when you play in Air Force, you have very limited calls.
Yeah.
Because they're a triple option team. So it's not like we're just blowing things up. It's very
Did you
limited.
play other teams that year though?
I don't even know if that was like. I can't remember that. I really don't. I remember that game vividly. But there wasn't much to it. It was a big deal. It was a big deal for all the varsity players, the ones who were playing in the two deep. They were all at the game. It was awesome.
It was awesome. That is awesome. I did not know that.
How great would it be to still have that going right now?
JV games.
Could you imagine in like say like in a week from now that we're gonna be a JV game against Ellsworth Junior College.
Incredible.
There'd be like 30,000 fans there.
There you go.
Yeah,
a chance to see the team.
It would be crazy
It'd be
in
crazy.
this time, in this day and age at Nebraska, with the. I mean, people love recruiting, so they get to see these kids play. Oh yeah, there'd be.
The nice thing about that game,
I'd be writing columns.
Was that defensively, we were built to play option football in some aspects. And Nebraska would run some elbow things, which is a 3-back. So we had some things built in for defense to play. Right now, if you all of a sudden they just said, "Hey, we're going to practice and then we're going to play this game," and you didn't spend the time on the Air Force stuff, they'd rush for 600 yards.
Really?
They would absolutely crush. If you didn't know your stuff, they would absolutely.
Why is it so
crush
difficult?
You. It's just there's just so many moving parts, and they have an answer to everything that's going to happen. And so it's a lot. But great question. Our
That was a
mailbaggers.
great
Whoa.
question.
Thank you.
Wow, the mailbag.
Mailbag.
great
This was
today.
mailbag day of the year.
This was very
That
good.
was Kelly and who?
And Michael.
Kelly and Mike.
Very good. Yes.
God.
Every week they bring a good question.
Home run.
I love it.
Yank.
If I can add in,
Yeah, yes, Bill.
a friend, we're going to have a visitor coming in to studio
Today?
today. Studio. So if you want to get on the stream, if you want to get in, there's a visitor coming in.
Next segment?
Should be here next segment.
Okay, we
A
have
friend, someone that you guys would know.
This is beyond exciting.
We have no idea.
No idea.
This is news that me and Sip have no idea.
I'm not even
about.
going to venture a guess.
When
No,
they show
don't
up,
guess.
when they
Don't
show
guess.
up, we'll
There's
just
no
bring them on the air.
No guesses.
No guessing.
No guesses.
So maybe a special guest top of the hour at some point coming up.
Whoa.
That's next. How about that? Way to go, Bill. An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Blake with Steve Sipple, Jake, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gala Truck PL Class B driver. Gala Trucking guaranteed 40-hour week year round, and their strong team culture make health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus grants. Build a better team culture. Learn more and apply today at danatrucking.com. Ironhide Construction has an immediate opening for an administrative assistant in their Lincoln office. The ideal candidate will have experience performing a variety of general office, administrative, and clerical duties. If you have excellent communication, interpersonal, and organizational skills, and are the type of person who enjoys keeping track of all the fine details, then this job is for you. Learn more online at ironhideconstruction.com/careers. Iron Construction, quality buildings and genuine service at a reasonable price.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. New branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Find out more at Missy.
You've driven by GE Landscape Site countless times, likely without even knowing. That's 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-41627.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement. Yeah, he's like, what are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds, 1 in 292 million. Are you here for the job interview?
I just saw that ad that said, apply here for dream job.
What qualifications do you have?
What exactly would I be doing?
Well, this is a dream job. You would be daydreaming.
All day?
Start at 8 a.m. and spend the day dreaming about all the millions you could win playing Make a Million. That's an exotic vacation.
Like a city built with bouncy houses or bugs.
You met by 300 million.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? Service department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-Plus Up program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the this summer, and the place is in learn the best players in town. Come on all day starting at 11 and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day, 3 to 6 p.m., and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying product gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Lincoln. I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
For early break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is early break.
Should get that door.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on early break. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank, member FDIC, location in Lincoln at 27th Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers in early 2024. Again, Midwest Bank, member FDIC, our sponsor of Hour 2. We have a special guest.
We do. My wife's here, Laura, and we got Sugar in the house.
Sugar is in the house. Yeah. Look at Sugar.
We had an ER day a couple days ago, and now we got the Sugar in here.
Sip, this is your first time meeting, right, Sip?
It is.
Oh,
it
big
is.
yawn.
I met Sugar once, and look at it. Look at her. Look, full of life. Oh, yep. Full of energy. If you're not watching right now on the video stream on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Allo, you're missing out. This is the very regal, beautiful dog. Regal, right? Regal. We go with Regal.
It appears as if Sugar likes my wife.
Yes, the Sugar
she might be a little nervous.
Laura right now.
Well, it's
Sugar's first time on TV. Sugar nervous.
Sugar's right there. Look, hey, Sugar, you're on TV.
Nervous.
First time on TV.
She's nervous.
Yeah.
She knows she's the spotlight's on her. It's okay.
Look at her. Look at Sugar.
Yeah. So this is our dog. This is Sugar. Like I said, we did it, didn't we?
This is the dog that Bill went to Michigan to get.
Yeah.
That's right. 11 hours.
11 hours brought her back
in a laundry basket.
In a laundry basket. That's our Sugar right there.
Look at her. Yeah, look at the video stream. Oh, look at Sugar. What a beautiful dog.
You would have to get out every so often, right?
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
That's how you did it?
And then again, same thing. Peed and pooped. Outstanding.
Really every 2 hours. I wondered how you did that.
She's just full of life. She doesn't want to sit still. I understand. It's early. She's full of life this morning, full of energy.
Laura's second time in the studio.
Yeah,
it is.
Been here before.
She has. The first time was exciting. It was birthday.
It's
for
Bill's
birthday. Yeah.
My birthday.
Look at Sugar. Oh, you're getting a little. Oh, the big yawn. Look at that. Yes. Oh, by the way, the viewership has skyrocketed the last 2 minutes because we said, look at the stream for Sugar. Yes,
special guest.
People want to see the dog. They want to see the new puppy.
She's as good as they get. Get yourself in. There's nothing like a dog, is there? So.
Oh God.
There's nothing like it.
I'll never be without it.
When you had to take bullet in for the emergency situation, you don't even think twice about it.
No.
I told her she didn't feel good. Laura's like, give the doctor right away.
Right.
Now, she was pretty sick. She had a lot of. So anyway, thank you, sweetheart.
Wow,
that's my wife. She's all smoking hot.
Hey,
my wife's
Laura.
smoking hot.
Laura, good job. Thank you for coming, Laura.
Thank you for bringing sugar. Yeah, say goodbye, Sugar.
See ya, Sugar. Oh,
Oh, Sugar's ready.
Okay.
She's ready.
Goodbye. That was fun. Yeah, I'm serious. The viewer. We gained 80 people watching it.
It's good.
It was already high. Now it's like, yeah.
We have to bring in special guests more often.
Yeah, we need more special guests.
I thought it'd be like Tony Samuel or something.
Which would have been awesome.
That'd be good too.
Been awesome too.
John Perella.
Yeah.
John Perella's in the studio.
Yeah.
Nope, it was Sugar.
Just Sugar.
Sugar was close. Yeah.
Sugar. That is interesting. She's an interesting dog. She's got personality.
And she has a natural sad face.
That would kill me.
She can look at you just like
the
puppy eyes.
That would kill me. It would kill me every day.
Yeah, she can pout at you.
Yeah. That I think they.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, Bullet knows when he sits down and looks up at me.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's over. Yeah,
I'll do whatever. If he said I need a Camaro, I'll go. Oh my God.
Yeah, you want me to grill you a steak? Yes, I'll grill you a steak.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You want a Camaro and a steak? You got
anything from the text line?
Yes, there was. Ellis says this, and Laura's gone now, but it was for Laura. The question was, "Hey Laura, I get all my romance advice from Bill. Is that a smart move? Been married for 33 years."
Yes, it is.
Good morning.
Yeah, Bill has
yes.
Kiss Angel, good morning.
Yes.
Charlie Pride.
Yes.
Be a devil in the bedroom. I'm just saying what you said.
Yeah.
That's Bill's advice.
Gator says, "I wish it was bring your dog to work day every day." Well, it can't. Why can't it be? It can be here. We can make
it. Can be here. We're very dog
DP
friendly.
Okay, like that.
DP is okay with that.
DP loves dogs.
Incredible management here that makes things dog friendly.
He's a huge dog fan.
Is he really?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Good. That's good to know.
Just judge everybody by that right there.
Oh, easy.
Dog fan or not dog fan, right away.
There's good non-dog.
If there's a dog in here, he goes crazy. Like he has to play with the dog.
I'll
has to
not
pet it,
dog.
play with it. So one time, Vershawn brought his dog in, and he got so excited it peed all over the floor. That was
dogs
a fun
get
moment.
excited.
That was a fun.
That was
moment. Got very excited. Started peeing everywhere. So
it happened.
But it was a cute dog.
Yeah.
So well, thank you to Laura and Sugar for
that
coming.
was very
studio.
nice.
It was
She
nice
was
to
give it show a little charge.
made the TV appearance, the first debut for Sugar on TV.
Yeah, we won't be bringing her much longer. She's gaining 3 pounds a week. What if all of us gained 3 pounds a week? Ooh. Imagine when the season was over, we're up 40. just giant, just big neck fat and stuff. Oh, I think they got to run the ball.
320. This was 5'8", 220.
I did Jake it like 260.
Big belly.
Big belly.
Just all in his belly.
Yes, hell yeah.
B-Jax says Bullet would break YouTube if we made an appearance on
Yeah,
this.
Bullet, you can see Bullet on my
Bullet's
Twitter
a celebrity.
page.
Bullet is a full-blown celebrity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he's very humble. He doesn't.
He's
doesn't expect it. Doesn't expect it.
I
No,
know you want
agree.
to see me. It's fine.
I agree. That mailbag was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, GICC for John Perella. We
Yeah,
didn't put
thank you.
GICC.
I called that one.
Yep,
Good
you
job,
did.
Bill.
GICC.
Grand Island Central Catholic. He went to Nebraska by way of Colorado, as Bill mentioned.
That's right.
Okay, what do we got? Pete?
Well, I want to get to the story that Bill sent us a text,
This is a great
and then
story.
Sip was just captivated by this. He said, "This story is amazing." From Washington,
this is a fascinating
from
story.
Washington Commanders camp. So Eric Bieniemy, we all know, was with the Chiefs for a very long time. The offensive coordinator, so he should be a head coach somewhere. He's been a hot topic for head coach. Has not been hired. Moves on this offseason to Washington to be their offensive coordinator. And Ron Rivera was talking with media. The head coach, Ron Rivera, was talking with media and said that there are some players that have a little bit of problem with the tenacity that Eric Bieniemy brings to practice. How dare he, as an NFL coach or assistant coach, be a little bit over the top?
Bill was struck by Rivera.
I was struck by the head
because
just generally that would be something you would never bring up, or you would just nip it yourself. But then for him to come back and come out with what do we got going here?
Yeah, I can hear it's on your phone.
Yeah, that was what
it's still
going. Yeah,
it's a disaster. I was gonna turn your mic off for a second.
Yeah. So the situation with him obviously is how he talked to the players who came and visited with him, and they said, well, you need to work it out with Coach Bieniemy.
Right.
And I'm just like, that was just beyond me that came out in a NFL public interview.
It's incredible if you think about it.
Incredible. I've never heard anything like it. And my first thing is as a coach or whoever, I'm like, I would greatly appreciate and love the coordinator having that type of energy and once things done in an exact way, in a certain way, then as your job as a position coach is to get it done. I don't think that would any coach. My first thought was, I'm like, I really like this. I really enjoy it. But I've just never heard a comment like that. And then they just think of how that looks in your culture of your team when people are saying the team is head coach, players are going to the head coach and complaining because the coaching is too hard.
So here's quotes from this is an article regarding Ron Rivera, Eric Bieniemy. Ron Rivera, the head coach of the Commanders, spoke to media. And
he was asked about.
Yes, and so Eric Bieniemy replaces Scott, more low-key OC. And by the way, this has been a very plodding offense for a couple years in Washington.
They haven't been a top 20 offense since Cousins was there.
2017.
In 2017. Yeah, 2017.
Rivera says, quote, I had a number of guys come to me and I said, hey, just go talk to him regarding Eric B. I said, I understand what he's trying to get across to you. As they go and they talk and they listen to him, it's been enlightening for a lot of these guys. I mean, it's a whole different approach. As a coach, I have to assimilate and get a feel for everybody. Eric has an approach, and it's the way he does things, and it's not going to change because he believes in it. Jack Del Rio has his approach. Having been a head coach, I think Jack has a tendency to try to figure guys out a little more as opposed to, hey, this is it. This is the way it's going to be, that type of stuff, and hasn't had that experience yet as a head coach.
They also talked about how, well, I think it was Rivera talked about how Bill would understand this. And again, I don't want to always be critical of the youth of today. I'm not doing that. All I'm telling you right now is what Rivera said. He said a lot of players coming out of college aren't used to that sort of coaching and they don't necessarily react well to it. That there was a time, like when you were growing up, when I was growing up, it was just kind of the way it was. And you didn't really, I don't know, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal for my boxing coach to smack me. I mean, it just wasn't. It was like, okay, yeah, keep your hand up or you're going to get this, and get you, It wasn't. It didn't even think twice about it.
Generally so simple as far as, obviously, when they know that you care about them, you can coach them harder. And the other part of it is also sometimes people, and he's just coaching you hard. There's also zero tolerance for when it gets personal. I've before in my time, on field like that. Why did we ever recruit you? Something like that. Why do we ever recruit you? Or it gets personal like that, or something like that. You're whatever this, or there's some sort of vulgar language used towards you. You are a whatever, something like that. That's unacceptable. And there's nothing that is gained from that. You don't gain. It's not like, now I get it. But but sometimes people don't understand that you have to be coached hard. And the little details of how we do drills, everything we do.
I did not know this about Bieniemy. I didn't know that this was his style at all.
Well, he's also he is applied for a head coaching job 15 times. Interviewed 15 times. He's never got one.
Interviewed 15 times.
Never got. So here is his response to the criticism of the players.
This is from Bieniemy?
This is from Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. It says, quote, I'm always going to be loud, always going to be vocal, always going to demand from my leaders. If I ain't doing my job, my ass gets fired. It's my job and my responsibility to make sure I'm getting our guys to do what I'm expecting them to do.
He's old school. And by the way, so you wonder, what was Bieniemy like as a player? Well, remember, this was an All-American.
Great player.
This is the leading rusher in Colorado history.
Yes.
A consensus All-American on a national title team who did play in the NFL. Not bad either. I mean, he was not.
What did he get, 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, I think he got 6 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So this is a dude that was accomplished as a player and has 2 NFL championship rings. And now, just because he hasn't been ahead, now the head coaching thing, I don't know exactly what the deal is. This might be part of it, though. Maybe a little much.
Too intense.
Too intense. Yeah, I hate that description.
Well, it's weird because you would think a coach should be intense.
Right. I don't like too
It
intense.
would be awesome to walk out and just talk in a voice like this, and we're going to do this, and everybody does it perfectly at full speed and all those things. That'd be awesome. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. There's going to be, and like you talked about, especially, it sounds to me as if they're part of the problem is that he's loud and vocal.
He is the loudest on the field, is what they said.
That's what you're supposed to be. I mean, I had then I got, I was dinged on that myself a lot for being very loud on the field. You know why? Because the players are two corners or safeties or everybody else like that. They're a long ways apart. They're 30 yards apart of where the line. It's not like if you're talking the old line they line up right here. You still be loud with them. I'm saying it's easier to discuss things with them quickly. Where it's not in other parts, you try to get things lined up. You're going to have volume, and I can't imagine any head coach that doesn't want volume from his coaches. Be like, hey, listen, we don't want any volume. Make sure we
100.
speak. Make sure we speak as soft as we can. Make sure that we make sure just like that. So the kids have to lean in to hear you.
Some coaches are louder than others.
Some are louder than others.
Right.
Yes.
And Bieniemy's the loudest. They said in that article, the ESPN article, that he's the loudest on the field.
You guys would appreciate this because he goes further and he goes into third person here.
He
Eric
does.
Bieniemy, you ready for this?
Bieniemy goes third person.
You ready for this? This is his third person.
Goes Ricky Henderson.
Yeah. He does. This is third person from Eric Bieniemy going further among the quotes. He says, I want our guys to clearly understand we don't take anything for granted. You see me poll players and have long discussions with them so we're always on the same page. Eric Bieniemy is who he is. Eric Bieniemy knows how to adapt and adjust. Eric Bieniemy, a tough, hard-nosed coach, but also understand I'm going to be the biggest and harshest critic, but also their number one fan. I got their back all the time.
Eric Bieniemy got a lot of support from Tyreek Hill.
He did.
They got a lot.
He did.
Mahomes, everyone. He left the Chiefs more like expand. You've been with Coach Reed for so long. It's time to maybe have a different look
he didn't get run out of
different things. And when he left, it was nothing but compliments.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, thank God that's over.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill did address this on Twitter. Again, worked with the Chiefs for several years in Bieniemy. He says, there is no other coach that has your back like Bieniemy. Take that coaching and get better. We all have been through it. It's tough, but I promise you it will make you better players.
This is fascinating. And Bill said something. Well, and he wasn't the only one, by the way.
No, there were several players, some current and former players of the Chiefs.
Yeah,
saying,
Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles was backing up Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, I mean, he makes you better. It's a fascinating discussion. I'm going back to what Bill said about Rivera. Rivera was asked about it, but the fact that Rivera addressed it,
interesting.
It's not. We want guys to be. We always say we want them to be truthful. We want them to be transparent. We always use the word transparent. We want coaches to be transparent. He was being very transparent. But wouldn't you agree that some things that maybe you just don't address public?
Or if it comes up, you have to answer like that. It'd be like, I love how our coaches coach.
Yeah, you can answer it without going into it.
That's all you say. I love how they coach. Yep, Sometimes he's loud on the field. I like it.
What Rivera said is some players have come to me with issues with Bieniemy. I'm like, whoa, now wait a second.
He was like, what the hell's happening here? This is the NFL.
Yeah.
This is the NFL.
Right, you're airing this publicly. It's really comes down to it's a personnel matter. It's not the sort of thing you typically hear a coach go into, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a personnel matter within your staff.
I've just never heard it ever talked to by a head coach.
Imagine Osborne saying to the local media, Charlie, I've had some players express some concern about Charlie McBride.
Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, it would, first of all, the world in this state would stop on its axis if he would have said that, right? People would have been like, wait, what's going on here?
It's a classic of everything state.
And
then, so I'm sure the players were they don't name names on it.
No, they don't.
But when the past players in support that were coached hard by him in the past come out and just say no.
Greatness. Jamal Charles and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. I mean, you never heard like what's the problem? It's Bieniemy. He's just too loud. He's on, and it sounds like it's just like the everything's a stickler, which is awesome. That's the way it should be. Everything has to be. Coach Rule talked about, right? It's standards, and I imagine that his standard is it's like this is the only way. And if you're 6 inches off, or you don't finish to the line, or whatever it is, it's addressed. It's addressed because it is easy sometimes to be just like, yeah, I saw that. I know he didn't finish all the way through. Or he didn't do this. You handle it, whatever. It's like every detail is, and then once you figure it out that's how things operate, life's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I coached for almost everybody I coached for, in some fashion, it was 4th and 1 every day. So it was real easy. So when you showed up, it wasn't like it's like your stuff expect to be unbelievable every day, and that's just the way it works.
And then the other part of it that makes sense to me, Bill, when I hear players, this always makes sense to me when I hear it. When a player says, look, if the coach isn't after you, then he's given up on you.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
you always
want him to be after.
Always be concerned. Yeah, exactly.
If it goes silent,
if they back off,
sometimes they come up. All right, it's a good route. It's a good route. Good job. And then that's about it. It's like
not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. You want him. I think great players, they want that. They want the passion. They want the Eric Bieniemy. They want to know the coach cares as much as they do, right?
Just think about all the veteran badasses that have played in this league, and they're reading that, and they're going like, "You went to your coach?
Are you kidding me?"
Imagine talking to the guys in the gold jackets, or just all the guys that played forever.
Yeah,
imagine at that.
Yeah, somebody went and said he's coaching us too hard. Oh boy,
I'd like to.
Maybe that's why we did.
Ask Barney Cotton when he was in the NFL. He ever got coached hard? I wonder. I imagine Barney going to talk to the head coach.
Yeah,
hey, you got a second here? This position coach guy over here.
A little crazy.
Yeah, and it's like no, and then also I can't imagine within that locker room they know who it was. They know who went and complained
to Rivera.
Yeah, it's got some people are now when they walk to the locker, they're looking at him like,
oh, there's some dudes on that team. They'll be like, why'd you do that?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden the conversation about the Commanders is about this. That's what our conversation is about.
Yeah, I know. I came out of this looking favorably on Bieniemy.
Well, I'm the same way. I know how I came out the same way. And then when he got the support, I came out. When I read the whole thing, I was like, all right, Bieniemy.
Yeah, your first take was, how could Rivera say this? How could he actually air this out? This is your head coach.
I'm trying to think if maybe he had a grand plan to get this out. This is what I wanted. This is what I want Bieniemy to be like. I'm just going to air it, and it'll look bad on the players in the end. Maybe Rivera's smarter than everybody. It's fascinating that he would go to the public with that, saying what's going on within their camp.
Very odd situation as usual in Washington. It's always odd out there. They're always going through weird stuff.
Good to see Sugar.
Sugar was here, and Laura. We're here in studio. If you missed that, check out the video stream again. When we come back, Bill's Thrills Wild Card Wednesday next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jason, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction has an immediate opening for an assistant in their Lincoln office. The ideal candidate will have experience with a variety of general, administrative, and clerical duties. If you have excellent communication, interpersonal, and organizational skills, and are the type of person who enjoys keeping track of all the fine details, then this job is for you. Learn more online at ironhideconstruction.com/careers. Ironhide Construction. Quality buildings and genuine service at a reasonable price.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farmers, dedicated to serving our clients and helping them with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Harvest will be here before we know it, which means it's time to get those combines ready. Landmark Implement invites you to join them at your local combine clinic. They'll be covering S-Series combines August 7th in Hebron, 8th in Gothenburg, 9th in Hastings, or 10th in Kearney, and the new X9 model, the 11th in Kearney. When you attend one of Landmark's combine clinics, you'll learn about mannequin calibrations, combine technology, and how Operations Center can help increase your farm profits. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for a complete combine clinic schedule, or visit your local Landmark location and experience the difference.
Home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right. Just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call Force Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade is $3.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium, social vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, today.
Rico here with HIS 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentive crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just South State, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Conditioning.
Your Lincoln Forest with showers this morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a high of around 78. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a low of around 62. And tomorrow, some mostly sunny skies to start with a slight chance of showers this one in the afternoon. Otherwise, I should top out around 87. Be your all of this Kyle Cook for 97 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air. Back.
Well, party starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
Before we get into today's edition of Bill's Thrills, from a previous one, we just got a tweet on Twitter. I guess X. It's on X now. On X. Yeah. This is at all of us here, Coach Busch, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen. This is Riley. Sent a picture. It says, kids making the most out of summer with the backyard campout.
Oh, yes, right there.
It's in the backyard.
Look at him. Look at him.
Look at them. They're fired up.
Yeah, look how happy
Fired
they
up. Hoping the parents go to bed. They get on their bikes and take off around town.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
I wonder what Lincoln's like at 4 a.m.
Ride the bikes.
One of the begs on that was when someone talked about that they went down. There was like a 24-hour. We didn't have that, but they went down to a 24-hour store.
Sure.
And imagine going in like you're in third grade, about 3 in the morning, and give me a couple. I need 3 Milky Ways,
cigs, please.
3 Milky Ways.
Can you get that burrito?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna mic it.
Yeah.
Thank you to Riley for sending that in.
Thank you.
The kids
Yes.
having a little camp out in the
When
backyard.
I was sick, I was fascinated when I was in school. We gotta get to Bill. So this is real quick. I was just fascinated by like what life was like at like 10 a.m. in Columbus outside of prison. Like school. I always felt like school was prison.
If you were like going to the doctor or something, it's like 10:30.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
on a Tuesday,
Check-
you're like,
kind of weird.
Like
Scope
what
it
is
out.
going? Like, what is going? Because you've been
It's kinda
institutionalized.
weird.
You've been since
Yeah.
you were 5. You've been locked into
institutionalized.
It. Yes.
So you'd be like, so this is what it's like.
This is what it's like.
This is what it's like at 11 a.m. in
Yeah,
Columbus.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was fascinating.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's get to do it.
All right, let's get to a Wednesday edition, Wildcard Wednesday on Bill's Thrills.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is said.
Yes.
Run.
Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
Stimulators for us to great show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisor.
It is always tough, Bugaboo Tuesday, but you always find a way to do it, Bill, on Wildcard Wednesday.
This one's it's interesting. It's gonna see where it takes you guys, and it goes. Some of it's back in time, and some of it is your own personal history to figure this out. And this really hit me when I was home. I was back in Creighton for a day, not where I grew up at. I went back to visit my parents and sister after the funeral on Friday. So this is on Saturday. So it really hit me. So we'll see where it takes you guys.
Oh, there's the flip, and there's the flip.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I don't know. That's as far as I went with it. I don't know anything more to do. I had the knock, knock down.
Damn it.
The incredible family-like feeling of not knocking. Who are the houses that you enter without knocking?
Ooh,
this is big.
This
is big.
So I just got the thing. It's awesome. So I always enter with the hello when I walk in. All I have left is my parents and my sister and brother-in-law's house that I'd walk into without knocking. Back in the day, grandparents both were in a small walk directly in without knocking.
Yeah.
That was a hello. So that's what I had left with it. Friend's house. Chris Buchaltz's house. I walked into that was like he's like you live there. There was just like there would be times you might be in the house and no one's home.
Right.
You just waited. You just went where you walked. So there's no knocking. There's no anything going. Just think about the houses.
And Duke, of course. Right?
What's that?
Duke
and Duke's house. Yeah, going to Duke's house. Yeah,
very few.
But then also the awkward one if you go to a house like that. So I wouldn't go to Sipple's house now, and I talk to him on the phone twice a day usually. Text between us, and then like that, probably 10 somewhere in that area between us, right there.
Oh.
And then we talk and we work together every day, like that. I wouldn't walk into your house.
No, it'd be.
I would be like, whoa, who just walked? That's
Right.
Busch. That's he's not Bill. It's not one of
I
the
don't
guy.
know if he could do it or it's close.
But there's
though.
certain people in your life.
It'd be weird if I walked into your house.
I rang the bell at your house.
There's
the other day.
certain people in your life
Yeah.
that are walk-ins.
Yeah, it'd be weird if I walked.
Where are you
if
walking
I walked
into?
into your
Jake,
house.
who's your
My
walk-in?
parents for sure.
Yeah.
Seth's place for sure. Just
Yeah.
walk in.
Oh, you just walk into Seth.
Yeah.
All the time. Yep.
Just walk.
Just walk in there.
Yeah.
Don't need to knock there.
Yeah,
Let's go. No
it
ring.
was in my. I'm thinking more.
Absolutely. Yep.
See, it was different when we were kids. It was a different world.
It's a different world,
kids.
but it was the most amazing feeling of, if you just think back on it, that was it. Because I got it when I went into my sister's house on Saturday morning, and Steve, Banker of the Year, was already up. He was having caramel Captain Crunch cereal.
Yes,
and everybody
amazing.
else was still sleeping. But how did I know? Because I just walked in. I just walked in. There is no. I've walked into her house my entire life. I've never knocked. Whenever I show up, parents, same thing. The number of times my parents have been like, "Whoa, where'd you come from?" Right. Like that. Or this is how you walked into their house. And
I'm really unobtrusive, so I tend to just knock. Like, I don't want to.
You don't have anyone that you go to right now that you have anyone that you go to to say, I don't know.
What if you saw your brother?
Yeah. Would you walk? Yeah.
Not my little brother. My other brother's in Tallahassee. I think I'd have to knock.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd. Okay, now what I'm getting at here is I probably wouldn't have to knock at some places, but I just do anyway, just because it's my personality.
It's just that home feeling. Like I said, you never once, like my grandparents, you just rolled into
the O'Hearns when I was a kid. They had like 11 kids, so it was
you're just one of them basically.
Yeah,
you just
I just walk in there.
Text line have anybody?
Yeah, good reminder. My buddy Grant, you met at Arnold's.
Oh yes,
you guys both met at Arnold's. Definitely, he lives in the North Bottoms.
Yes,
I walk to that place.
Do you just walk in?
Just walk in.
Just walk in. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it you still just walk in?
You guys can walk in.
Yeah.
No need to knock at all.
You still walk in?
Yeah, it's a party spot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a party spot. Everyone's.
But you're
welcome.
32.
Yeah. I can still party.
We know that.
Wow.
The knock, the incredible family-like feeling of not knocking.
That's interesting.
Where can you go and not? Because you're close with those people. You walk in and you're not knocking.
Yeah.
That's a tight relationship.
Yeah.
That is a family-like. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
Any from the texters?
Yes, Sanderson. Sanderson
with the great hair.
All of my relatives in Reynolds back in the day, but just walk in.
Walk in.
Knock.
Just walk in.
No knock.
I can see myself walking into my grandparents' house right now. I can picture myself coming into it.
Definitely my grandparents, especially Grand Isle. Now they're both deceased, but yeah, you just definitely walk in there and not even think about it.
Believer says our house. Everyone came in. No one ever knocked at our house ever.
That's a great house.
It's different now. The world's so much different now.
That's a great house.
Someone in Kansas says, I will knock when I go to a friend's house, but I'm also walking in at the same time. It's a knock and walk.
It's kind of like that.
I like the knock and walk.
Yeah, knock and walk.
That's a little different.
But
I know that I've done it. I've done the knock and walk. As you open the door, hey, yell out.
Like is there anybody that you walk in like Kramer too? Seinfeld. Just anyone like that, Bill?
Just pop it. That's a great example of the walk-in. How many times you see George, Elaine, or Kramer knock? Never knock.
Never.
No. Newman always knocked.
Yeah.
Newman always knocked. Everyone else
he wasn't in the friend group.
Yeah, Kramer came in, just no one thought anything of it.
Well, I don't think you can still be in the friend group and knock. That's what I'm trying to get across here. I would just knock just out of courtesy, kind of like in case they're doing something in there. I don't. You never know what someone's doing. And I don't even mean anything bad. They just might just be getting dressed. You know, I mean.
No, you walk in. You walk in.
I'm
you have a certain group of people you walk in on.
My mom, I know when I visit my mom, I just walk in. That's probably the main one right now. I just walk in.
I like this one. Someone says my grandparents got mad if we did knock or just walk in.
Just walk in. Why you knock? Exactly. What are we doing?
Come on.
Why
you live here? Always welcome.
You basically live here. This is part of it.
Yeah. Why you knock?
Yes. Well, good. We start up some.
Yeah, let's see. A lot of people here responding. No, Giltner, no knock. No knock ever.
No knock where?
Oh, he said my parents, in-laws, brother's place, and grandma's.
That's
from Giltner.
That's kind of where it falls.
Kind of like
But on the other hand, if someone does the walk-in or even the walk-in knock, that's not even remotely on the walk-in knock page, you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened? I mean, can you imagine it's like right now, all of a sudden somebody that you just have a casual acquaintance with that just walked in.
Then you wonder what the hell's going on.
Then you wonder right away. It's like something.
What are you doing?
Yeah, something's up here. Yeah. You get that weird look on your face. Yes.
Matt says my son has a core group of 4 friends that do the exact same thing at our place. They just randomly show up and walk in. We normally get a what's up and maybe some small talk from them, but at other times they just roll in and go straight to the basement.
Yeah, just roll right. That's how.
See you guys.
That's how life should be. You have a friends like that, and you roll right in.
Go in.
Like that. Like I said,
go in.
At Chris Bualtz's house, maybe no one's home. You didn't leave. You just got some cookies. you got some cookies. You knew where the TV was. It wouldn't be shocking to come in and have me on the couch. Oh, Bill's here. You know why they know? Because my bike would be parked. My Hiawatha bike would be parked out front. Yeah, that's how they know I was there.
I'm trying to remember the name of your bike the other day.
We have some comments here before the game show from Terrell Farley on the Facebook stream.
T. Farley.
Farley, by the way, you're listening. You always have an invite here.
T. Farley, I love your new smoker. I saw that you went live. Yes, you film the concrete a lot, but you film the concrete for a long time. I'm watching. I'm going, Farley, where's the smoker? Where's the smoker?
Hey,
On
Too
Facebook,
far,
Farley goes
43.
live. He goes from his new place. And he's
Yeah.
just like filming
He
nothing.
still
but
goes live, and it's just nothing but concrete. I'm
Please
trying to.
please emphasize he's got that open invitation,
Farley,
especially during football season.
We want you in here, Farley. He says, to answer the question who you walk into, he says grandparents. And he says, yesterday, Mickey Joseph walked out yesterday with not a problem.
Oh,
that's awesome.
In Lincoln?
Yeah, really? Lincoln.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be
put on-
awesome
put on
to walk
Facebook,
into
it's out
T.
to people.
Farley's house.
It'd be. I'm telling you right that that'd be incredible.
People
'Cause
know
he'd
like,
be so friendly.
he's friendly and funny.
Yeah,
He's funny.
Like, where you
Exactly.
been? Like,
He-
where you been?
and he would not give you a look if
No.
if I walked in, it'd be more like, "We're in. Glad you're here."
He'd really wonder what.
But I mean, he would be the one guy that I know that'd be like, "I've never walked to his house." He'd be like, "Okay with it.
It's about time.
It's
you
about
walked in
time."
here.
And wait, doors unlocked.
God bless him.
Welcome.
Go look at the smoker out back. Let's go check it out.
But
That's
Steve
got a new
Farley, you
smoker?
filmed the concrete for about 30 seconds.
He's got 2 smokers.
Yeah.
He had 2 of them.
So we went live. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this out.
I
And
know.
then it was a lot of
And he
concrete.
finally
got to it.
gets
Yeah.
back there.
Yes, it's a lot of walking
Yeah,
around.
I watched the same videos.
Yeah.
It was
It's
fascinating.
got quite a new place. Looks incredible.
Looks good. Yeah.
It looks
nice.
incredible. T. Farley, we love you. Please, we'll just get locked in today. We'll get a T. Farley time.
Can we
They,
to get him in
they
here.
started filming the front door, like just dogs were even walking. The dogs he's just filming the dogs looking at
I'll
it.
bring sugar over.
Yeah, make it happen. So thank you, Farley, for that. Throw sponsored by Dirk Scott at Mid Plains Advisors. Call them at 402-730-7387 to get ahead for your financial future today and tomorrow. Mid Plains Advisors. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5. A business box of bags, 2 bagels and Joe. Today is also Wild Card Wednesday, like it was for Bill's Thrills. So, how about Nebraska cities by their counties? I will give you the city or the town.
I wanted the other way around.
I will give you the town/city. You tell me what county it is in. Not a number. I don't want the number. I want the actual name of the
I
county.
won't do well in this.
Jeez, we're gonna get hammered.
We're gonna get hammered. We
No,
don't.
we're
yeah.
natives.
Yeah.
You guys are natives, and we'll
Yeah.
see how this goes. All right, the lines are jacked. 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the takedown Sip and Trivia. Nebraska cities by their counties. I will give you the town or the city. You tell me not the number of the county, but what's the actual county that place resides.
Here's the thing with me and Bill. I'm going to make excuses before we even play. It's not like Bill had to travel all over the state in his work. No, nor did I ever have to travel.
I know the state extremely well. Like when people name off where they're from, I'm like, oh, I know that. Oh, that's just south. That's just south of Hastings, or that's this, or I have an idea. The counties, not good.
Counties.
No, I don't know them. Is there 94? 93.
Also,
counties.
when we had to learn the counties, we were 12. I'm 57.
Chair. That is a county.
Don't say, just keep. If you want to know, just
if you can hear me, you're playing the game show. Who do we have here today?
Hi, this is Jennifer.
Jennifer.
No
Jennifer.
way. Jennifer.
This is incredible.
You know who this is?
Yes.
Jennifer and hubby, and
Yes,
we're traveling again. I guess we always call when we're traveling.
This is great.
Where are you going, Jennifer?
We are going to Wisconsin.
Art of Badger Camp.
Nice. Bring back some spotted cow.
And find Butch's Bash up there, too, right? Yeah, Butch's Bash.
Don't bash Butch.
Yeah, don't. That's right.
This is great.
This is incredible.
That's our friends from Novotny Nutrition and Wellness calling in, Jennifer and hubby and Brad.
And
Jennifer,
Capital Lake.
Jennifer, did you walk in anybody's house without knocking?
Parents.
Parents, gotcha.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good response there.
good.
All right, Bill is a lifeline for one question as always. So first question goes to Jennifer and hubby. Here we go, guys. First question: what county is Alliance in?
Oh Lord, we are going to so lose this.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
This could be a low-scoring affair today.
Alliance. I don't know. Do we have to guess?
Yes, you should guess.
Yes.
You can't. You can't.
You
lose.
can use hubby for a lifeline.
Yes, lifeline. Brad.
Okay. You know. Okay, I'm gonna Sherry.
Cherry's in that area.
That's a great guess. I would have guessed the same thing.
I assume you guys want to pass here.
Yeah,
Don't say it's Custer.
It's not.
Okay.
That was not a guess. Okay, the answer was Box Butte. Box Butte
would never
County.
have got it.
No.
If you had asked me, is Box Butte a county? I said yes. I wouldn't have guessed it. Okay, here we go.
All right, 0-0 tie. First question. Bills in play. What county is Hardington in?
Hardington.
Hardington.
Oh, I think I might know this.
I'm going to fire one.
No, I think I know.
Hold it.
Right.
They're contemplating. So I guess you're using Bill here then. Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you going to use Bill or not? Because you kind of already have. You don't have to use his.
I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to throw it out.
Go ahead, Bill.
I'm going to throw it out. Knox.
Jennifer and hubby, do you want Hardington or not?
Keep in mind who the head coach is here.
Guys, what do you want? You want to take it? Jennifer, are you there?
No.
Oh, you're passing.
We have no clue.
Did you write down?
Yes.
What did you write down?
Oh, I wrote down C.
That's correct. It was Cedar. Hardington Cedar Catholic.
Yeah, we'll have a talk after.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
But Knox is very close.
Knox is right by.
Knox is like a mile away. That's a mile away.
It is 60
It's a mile away.
Yes. All right. Back to you guys, Jennifer and hubby. What county?
Okay.
What county is Schuyler in?
That's right by you.
Cut out.
Schuyler. What county is Schuyler in?
What's the word where you good? Oh man. You got a guess? You guys?
5 seconds.
We are drawing a blank, and he grew up by there.
5.
Where did you grow up?
Pender,
He's a
but I mean,
Pender
he
guy.
drove
Yeah.
through that area a lot by Columbus.
Yeah.
5 seconds, Jennifer and
He
hubby.
knows. Nope, we're good. We don't know.
Okay, I'll give you the horns. Tip. Do you want to venture a guess here and steal, or do you want to pass?
How would you not know this? It's right by Columbus.
Well, I don't know. Is it Platt?
Oh, so you went for the steal. Now it's 0 to -1. We went for the answer is Colfax. Colfax for.
It's like
Bill,
7 months.
So
all you got to do is pass. I mean,
you could have just passed. You just passed.
Hey, you have no room to criticize.
Yeah,
right
he had the right answer. He said no, Knox.
Hey, I was a mile.
That's right.
All right. Bill is out of you. You're down 0 to -1.
We're trying to get to overtime.
Yes.
What county is O'Neill in?
Oh, okay.
This is for SIP for the tie.
What county is O'Neill in?
Yes.
Neely County.
That was a horrific performance today by everybody, but Jennifer and Brad just didn't get anything wrong. That they went.
No
for
one got
steal
an
on.
answer right.
The score was 0 to -1. The answer is Holt. Holt.
I didn't. You put us in a hole.
he wrote Cedar down.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Jennifer and Brad, congrats. We'll get you bagels. Enjoy the road trip, and we'll chat with you guys
Nice
soon.
job winning. Go Pendragons.
My husband said we slid into that one.
You guys,
you did.
You guys, hey, a win's a win.
Drive
Safely.
Spotted cow.
right,
Hey,
good
remember
stuff
old
there.
fashioned brandy old fashioned.
All right. do
God
that.
dang, are they still sponsoring?
Yes, they sponsor Aging Gracefully on Fridays.
Man,
Novotny Nutrition and Wellness.
I had some seriously bad feedback about the last Aging Gracefully. I like my
From who?
brother. Well, one of my brothers was like,
Marty.
Yeah, take it. He said, just stop. Just stop.
You were in the book again. That's why you had that book of things and
stop
pickups and come-ons.
Hardened criminals.
The spillover.
Hilarious.
The spillover is next. An early break on the team.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Agreement. Yeah, I do. Loves the baseball first millionaire of the year promotion. So buy a power play and double play ticket before August, and I won $51,000. I'll also be entered for a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
Are you here for the job interview?
I just saw that ad that said apply here for dream job.
What qualifications have?
What exactly would I be doing?
Well, this is a dream job. You would be daydreaming.
All day?
Start at 8 a.m. and spend the day dreaming about all the millions you could win playing Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery.
I'm good at that.
We want people with big imaginations, not just the usual yachts and exotic vacations.
Like a city built with bouncy houses or limo for dogs.
You're hired.
Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 302 million.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your what ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to place some outdated light fixture, brighten up your counters with under cabinet light, can handle all types of give Erica a call at 402-466 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.06 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. Success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, things and specialty products are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin at premierdw.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day, 3 to 6 p.m., and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern, in the heart of Havelock. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 560-6197. Service Plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, or a company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, Nebraska's leading John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Each combine includes our A-plus uptime program to keep you running flawlessly throughout harvest season. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model equipment. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Ironhide Construction has an immediate opening for an administrative assistant in their Lincoln office. The ideal candidate will have experience performing a variety of general office, administrative, and clerical duties. If you have excellent communication, interpersonal, and organizational skills, and are the type of person who enjoys keeping track of all the fine details, then this job is for you. Learn more online at ironhideconstruction.com/careers. Iron Construction, quality buildings and genuine service at a price.
We're on the air.
Back.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
More of Early with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. 3 in the ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is just us for the spillover today because Raph and AD, I believe, will be up in Omaha, Tiburon, and Gretna for the Big Red Brunch Golf Scramble today. I'll be up there as well. 10
Big
a.m.
Red Brunch.
Look forward to seeing all the different people up there playing in the golf tournament.
That's going to be a great day.
I think a variety of our staff is playing. I think Jay Foreman's playing. Eric Strickland will be playing. I'm pretty sure I'm playing. I'm not sure if I'm not. I'll be up there.
What will you do if you're not playing?
Oh, I will monitor the groups. So I'll just kind of make the rounds and make fun of them or separate them, one of the two.
Do you understand that me and Bill are always oddly fascinated by what you're doing?
Yes.
I do like it. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I give you guys golf league updates once in a while, depending on the mood I'm in.
I do golf.
The Seth flare up was particularly enjoyable.
You guys like
we
that.
discussed this thing in
You guys
great
like
detail.
that flare up. Yeah.
Yes.
I did text the
Remember
group,
there was
but-
radio silence?
Yeah, it's funny how he can walk into Seth's house, but yet he can yell at him.
Hey, listen, it's mutual yelling.
Yeah.
He yells at
Does
me.
he you?
Oh yeah, there's yelling. It goes both ways.
Does he?
It's friendship.
Yeah.
You yell at each other. Just, you move on. Accept it. It's
He's
fine.
a great dude.
Okay. From regarding the YouTube, the video that Farley put up.
Yes.
He's responding to what he was doing. So
Yes.
me and Bill were dressed at Terrell Farley put up a video on his Facebook page. They was trying to show off his house and his smokers. And it appeared to be a lot of concrete most of the while before we made this slow down to the back. Farley has once again chimed in.
Nice. I love Farley.
Farley.
And he says, I was trying to show the house, which we would say, you didn't do a great job, Terrell. Go rewatch the video. You had the camera facing down to the concrete and grass for about 80% of the video.
Don't be too critical of him. We're trying to get him on our show.
He'll be here. He can defend himself in person at some time and say, what
Will T.
happened?
Farley be out at the golf outing
I believe
today?
he's going to be there. I believe.
Does he play golf?
That's
no.
incredible.
That's why
I didn't think
that'll
he
be an
would.
example of somebody to go make fun of if I'm not playing and say, hey, well, Farley, nice swing. It whiffed for 4 straight times.
Be the
again.
same thing. A guy you want on your team would be him.
Oh, yeah.
For the younger,
for a day with Farley.
For younger listeners, I don't know if you could name too many. I'm going to call him an outside linebacker that played better than Farley for Nebraska. Not too many.
No,
if any.
incredible talent,
if any.
Okay, some response from the game show real quick.
Oh God.
Yep. We need to get this.
How you doing this?
Someone says Bill is being demoted to Iowa offensive coordinator after this game.
God, this is 2 straight days where I don't know you.
He jumped in.
Yeah, I mean you went over the head of the head coach.
Just fired one across the bow. You've done that.
He had the right answer. He had Cedar written down.
You should have said Cedar.
You can't.
Just
you can't just go off half cocked.
Yeah.
It's I gotta make the call on what you're doing. Okay.
Within a mile.
Corey in Lincoln says Colfax County was a bad miss for a Columbus man.
It is.
Thank you.
It was.
Corey is from Columbus.
But Corey, now hold on, Corey. I'm gonna try to defend myself.
Be like us missing Sarpy.
You guys don't know the situation though. Columbus, okay, I'm from Columbus. Schuyler is literally like 7 miles to the east. And I thought maybe it was still in Platte. Like maybe that it's just right on the edge of Platte. You don't quite get to Colfax, is what I was thinking. Does that make sense?
But you knew Colfax was a neighboring county,
I think if
let's
no, he
confirm.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Did you know that a neighboring county
he
was
not
Colfax?
going back and forth? Hey,
Bill was calling
I
it
don't
out
know if
here.
it's Platte or Colfax. It's right on the border. I know which one to go with. He had no idea.
Okay, hold
Colfax
on.
was not coming.
I was just counting on it being in Platte. I wasn't really worried about what that county was. If I was in Platte, it's close. You can smell it because there's a packing plant.
Yes.
You can smell Schuyler from maybe not quite from Columbus, but as you're going that way, you can start to smell it.
Sipple, when's the first big scrimmage?
I think Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
My guess is they did situational scrimmage or just limited I'll call it limited scrimmage on last Saturday. Usually, wouldn't you say usually it's Saturday? They have a build up to Saturday.
I would imagine
it's got to happen here
at LSU. There was 3 preseason games.
Preseason scrimmages.
That's what we talked about. No, it'd be like we talked about it. This is preseason game number 1, and we would do the whole function of a game, not a complete like true game warm up, but we didn't practice. Remember, the stadium is 4 blocks away from where we practice at. So you only go in the stadium on game day. You never go in the stadium. And so on preseason game at that, we'd load the buses. We'd go to the locker room.
Jeez.
All the Coach O would be like, this is on.
How many
this
plays
counts, this
about?
matters. Like, in the
50.
No,
90?
100 something,
Ooh.
115.
Oh, you go.
So there'd be you got to get enough reps. But anyway, it was a big deal. Get your guys ready to perform in those games. And that's the one thing that still misses a little bit anymore, that you just don't sometimes just put the ball down and play. There's usually always, okay, we're going to start from the 25, then it's going to the 50, and we're going to do backed up, and we're going to do red zone. It's all important. But sometimes just putting the ball down and just playing. It's so nice, like way back in the day. All of a sudden, we'd be like one that's like, hey, we're going. Put the ball down. And you just start calling it. Just start playing. It was kind of fun to be able to have those things happen as you go through it. But it's so much different now in the limitations and how you go about it and you do it. But it was always
rule limitation.
You know, how much contact you can have, how many live to the ground, true live to the ground situations. And you want to have, I always love this. This was my favorite comment. We start talking maybe in about a week from now or something like that. We need some live work. We need to have this. And then there's always somebody, usually a full-timer also, just like staff me and be like going, yeah, I know. I understand, but I don't want to get anybody hurt. Oh, really? I do? Yeah. So, yeah, I love injuries. I love getting
bring them on.
That one, you just want to almost come across it to one. No, I don't want to get anybody hurt. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no one does. Yeah, no one does like that. Sometimes we have to actually do the work. Yeah. When someone says that, that's one of those things like that. It's just like a receiver coach, you don't catch the ball. Like that. I don't want to get anybody hurt. No kidding. Thanks for that great insight right there.
Well,
and write that down.
I don't think you might have been. No, I don't think so.
The best thing to do in the discussion is going on with those on what they're going to do and how much live and all those things. Just be quiet. That's what I would do. Just be quiet.
Sometimes
just let the head coach make the decision, and then what he says, go with it.
Good idea.
That's
a good idea, seriously.
Because there's just that's what you want to be able to do.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Especially usually the head coach has already spoken with me in some aspect of what do you need, what do you think. So I kind of here's my, and then no matter what happens with it, that's what it is.
We will have live shows from 10 to 6 today at Tiburon Golf Course in Gretna for the Big Red Golf Scramble, Brunch Scramble. 10 a.m. golf starts. I'll give her a full report.
Will there be sort of a brunch out there? Will you guys get like
lunch,
a burrito or something?
They get lunch and dinner out there. I want to say.
Whoa,
that's an event.
It's a big deal.
I've spoke at the breakfast, the Big Red Brunch breakfast. That used to be a big thing to do, to speak at that on it was Friday morning.
Yep,
I remember
still doing it out this year.
I remember coming in on Friday mornings, and then we'd have our staff meeting. There'd always be one. This is like when I was a graduate assistant. There'd always be one coach that wasn't there. He was coming. Hey, where's Ron Brown at? It's coming back from the breakfast. Yeah, it's coming back from this week at the breakfast.
That is it for us. The Drive is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. 14 years